Hi everyone, welcome back or welcome to my channel, Gabs the Collector. Gabs here, thank you so much for tuning in to today's video. This is an ongoing thing, but for me it's not going to be ongoing. This is going to be my last one because, like I said in the first video of this one, I don't want to make it a thing, but you know, like I said, with stuff like this you need to call it out. Obviously when you have that proof, which, you know, people making videos, they do, like I said in the other video as well, it's not like we're pulling this out of thin air. We have the proof, and so that's what I mean by calling something out. You know, like when you've got the proof or the evidence, or then yeah, call it out. And this is, you know, what I'm doing. It's another rant video. Apparently Justin Timberlake has told a second source, again I'm looking at it on my TV, you guys will be able to see it up here, that he wasn't really expecting the treatment Spears gave him in her book. Which what did you think? What did you think was going to happen? You had everyone else fooled, but you didn't have her fooled. She, you know, was dating you, so she knows what you're like. So I don't understand why he thought, what, she was going to make him the king in the book. And then he says, you know, he thought, you know, he thought that, you know, she might talk about their ups and downs, just, you know, more in general terms, not air out their very personal, dirty laundry. And it's like, yeah, okay, Justin, okay, whatever. It's oh my god, it's just so entitled, so entitled. And then it's just, you know, he's even, you know, apparently he's told one of his former choreographer to smell his fingers after he, you know, slept with her. Now, I know that that's what people do behind closed doors in private, but don't act, that's what I'm saying, don't act so innocent, which is exactly what he's doing, trying to act like he has done nothing. But that's why I'm so glad the internet is out there, because everything I'm talking about today didn't pull out of thin air. You can all Google it and you can all see it and make up your own minds. You know, and then in another radio interview, he was asked if he, you know, slept with Britney, and he said, yeah, I did. But, you know, I'm kind of cleaning up the words that he used, but you will see the words that he used. And, you know, I'll put the video up now, of one of the times. This apparently was in 2012. I kind of thought he stopped a little bit, but then started again. No. He did the radio interview, Diane Sawyer, SNL, and then this one apparently, the video you guys are about to see, is apparently in 2012. So I'll show you guys that now.
You think you're the one. Then you find out she was just a bitch.
So, did you see that video? The song was playing, Cry Me a River, and he called her a, you know, bitch. And it's like, and this was 2012. So, how can he expect to move on and grow and evolve when he did not do that? Just now in 2012, not recently, but 2012, he's, you know, still mentioning her, even though it's not you know, like a big interview. You know, everyone knows who that song is about, you know, which we all know now is Lies, but we all know that song is about Britney. And so, and then he uses that word on her as well. And it's just, And then here's another video as well that apparently he was asked not to sing that song again. You know, just to stop, you know, because people aren't dumb. They knew that he kept using that song any chance he got so he can bring her up. Because then he can use that excuse as, oh yeah, no, I was just singing the song. And he was asked to stop, like not to sing that song. Don't know by who, but he was asked not to sing it. And then he said F that. And here's that video now that you'll see.
Told me not to do this song no more. Fuck that.
So there you go. That's one of the videos that he was asked not to sing it. But then he said F that. And it's like, okay. So you, like, all these things that you're saying, it's contradicting yourself. And that's why I love the internet and I love people making videos like this, because we can call him out on it. If his track record was perfect, and there was no videos like this, and he was respecting her, then you know what, if he wasn't happy with stuff in Britney's book, then yeah, okay, he can have a right to be upset. But in all honesty, he has no, sorry, once he starts talking about her and keeps talking about her and constantly talking about her through all the years, 2003, 2006, 2009, 2012, and then in between all that, and with songs, you don't get that right anymore. Like, in all honesty, you just need to suck it up and take it all, because you brought it on yourself. And I don't understand how he did not even know that this is going to come back to haunt him, especially with the internet days. So it's like, I don't understand. And then this is the radio interview that I was talking about. I'll put it now.
The Strong Buffalo Morning Show. Justin Timberlake is in the house. And I just want to ask you one question. Did you Britney Spears? Yes or no?
Oh, man.
Come on, man.
Okay, I did it. No,
So that was the radio interview that, he said that. And, I don't know. And then I'll show you the SNL one as well. There's two for that one. This one is about talking.
What sort of songs could make a man millions?
I don't know. Maybe something like Cry Me a River.
Well, not talking, but about, they're wondering what the people in America, what they listen to. And these are supposed to be ancestors, by the way. So it doesn't make sense to even throw that in. Even for a joke, it still doesn't make sense. These are ancestors. So this is like, what? I don't know, 1800s or something, maybe? So there's no point of even throwing that song in there. But again, any chance he has to bring her up, that's exactly what he'll do. But then he sulks that she's doing it to him, and for the first time ever as well. It's like I said in my other video, Britney has never ever spoken about him at all. She's always stayed quiet. She hasn't said a word about anything in her life, though, not just him, anything in her life. So now it's her turn to do it, and he's been a sook, pretty much. And then this one as well is the one that, to me is the worst one on SNL, on that same sketch that he did, or skit, whatever you want to call it. I'll put it up now.
Well, it sounds like he'll have his pick of the ladies.
Aye, indeed. I'd like to think that at first he'll date a popular female singer. Publicly, they'll claim to be virgins, but privately, he hid it.
So there you go. That's one of the other ones as well that he done, and it's like, I mean, you know what? I really hope he does watch these videos. Maybe not mine, because I'm not that big, which I'm fine with. I don't really want to be a big YouTuber, but I hope he does watch, like, from Popcorn Planet, the one that I watched, or It's Kim, Steph the Alternate, or other videos as well. I hope he actually sees and watches it and then realize what we're all saying. From the videos that I've watched, most people that I've seen and I've watched videos, most of them are not, well, for me as well, I'm not putting him down as in he's not allowed to say anything. That's not what I'm saying. He can do whatever he wants, which obviously we can see he has. Yes, he chose a bad way to do it, but he still did it. And that's fine. That's his way of doing it. Which, yes, it is bad, so, but he did it. And that's fine. That's not what I'm getting at. What I'm trying to get him to see, which, like I said, I know he probably won't because he's a small YouTuber. Like, I'm a small YouTuber. But I think what most of us are trying to get him to see is just, just like, we want him to see all this. You're saying all these things that are contradicting what you've done. You don't want her, you didn't want her to bring up the past or air your dirty laundry, but that's exactly what you've been doing. And I just proved with all those videos that I just showed that that's exactly what he's doing. And again, it wasn't all after they just broke up. If it was after all they just, if it was after when they just broke up and he did all of them, then he moved on, all right. But no, these were, like I said, 2003, 2006, 2009, 2012, and then that other one where he was told not to sing that song anymore. And it's like, so I think that's the main point that we want him to see, is that you had your turn, you had your chance to say all the things, but you kept it going. You kept it going. And again, I'm not pulling this out of thin air. Like I said, you can just Google it, and I just showed you some of the videos now as well. So I'm not pulling it out of thin air. He kept going, kept talking about Britney, bragging about her, SLUT, shaming her anytime he got, and he just kept doing it. And now he doesn't want her to talk about him, which she has never talked about anything in her life, not once. She hasn't talked about anything in her life, and now she's finally doing it. And this book, to me, I haven't read it yet because I haven't got it. I'm still waiting for the company I pre-ordered it from. It's like, why are they taking so long? They've showed on their Facebook that they've got stock, and I'm still waiting. It's like, hello, can you hurry up and send it? I need to read it. But for me, I kind of always felt that this book was going to be about Britney Spears, the human side of her behind the cameras, like without the cameras rolling, without the pop star life. Like, I knew this book was going to be that, because a lot of people are saying that she doesn't talk about, she doesn't go into details about her tours and like in making album and all that, which I kind of knew that. I don't know, because I thought this book was I knew this book was gonna be about all the trauma that she went through. And if she was to write a new one, then maybe that one would be Britney the pop star. So maybe that one would be all about the tours and behind the scenes of that. But this one I kind of knew was going to be, behind the camera lenses, behind the camera, without the public, without the media. Like, I knew that this book was going to be like that. And she has every right to say what she needs to say about you, Justin, just like you've been doing to her through all these years. And Britney has said in an Instagram post that she has moved on from all these, but this is the last step that she needs to move on. So I know for sure that after this book has done its course, then from her there's going to be no more about Justin, no more about Kevin, no more about anything from that side. And it's like, then if Justin does the same thing, then all right. Then if she was to bring him up 2 years or 3 years later, then he can complain. But she's not going to, because even she has said that this is the book is out there. When it's done its course, then for her it's a new start, fresh start. And then it's like, and even she's taken the high road, but he couldn't do that. He wants a fresh start, but yet he keeps bringing her up. And it's like, it doesn't make sense. And apparently, I'll put a photo up now. Apparently, he, was reportedly planning a big comeback which is now ruined after after being exposed by Britney Spears in her memoir. Boo-hoo. In all honesty, sucked in. That's what you get. Seriously, it's like I don't feel sorry for him, because I don't think he still has seen what we're trying to say. Either he has seen it, and because he's so stuck up, he doesn't want to admit it, or he really truly is honestly blind and hasn't seen what we're trying to get at. And then if he does see that and finally realize what we're trying to say, and then like I said in my other video, he talks to her privately about what's happened, and they sort that out privately, and then he makes a statement, then I'd be like, all right, Justin, he's learned. And then we're not supposed to hear anything from his mouth anymore. And then if he is to play that song, which I don't think he should anymore, but if he is, he just sings it and moves on. No B word before he starts singing, nothing in between, radio interviews, no more Britney, because that's exactly what she's going to be doing after this book has done its course. She's not going to talk about him anymore. She's not going to say anything about him anymore, which she never did anyway in the first place. And it's like, and I think, like I said, that's what we're trying to get at. I don't think he sees it. He just thinks that, he can constantly talk about her during the years, which I've already proven, and everyone can Google. So I'm not pulling him out of thin air. But she's not allowed. And it's like, you know what? Tough luck. Your comeback is ruined. Good for you, boo-hoo. And if you really want to come back, you still can. Like I said, put the comeback on hold for now. Work stuff out with Britney privately and fully work it out and move on and mend things. Then do a public one. And then wait maybe 1 or 2 months. And then do a comeback. And then you know what? You'll still do good with your comeback. I honestly think he would. But if he's going to stay like this and say nothing and just keep bitching basically about the stuff that he's doing to Britney, but she can't do it back to him, and she's not doing it back to him in a hurtful way. She's doing it so she can have her therapy, get the stuff out there after being pretty much silent for 15, 16 years on this topic. But that's got to do with him and her conservatorship life as well. So that's why she's doing it, whereas you're doing it again so you can further your career every time you mention her or sing that song. And it's like, so she's doing it one time with her book, moving on. You are constantly doing it. So it's like, which one is the one that's doing it on purpose? Justin, So you can tell she's not the one that's doing it on purpose. She's not doing this to hurt anybody. She's doing this to get her truth out, which we know is the truth, because like I said, people can Google. It's all out there, what her father did to her. So yes, normally people don't believe what artists or singers or actors and whatever write in books, but with Britney we can believe pretty much 99% of the stuff she's written in her book, because like I said, we can just Google it. It's right there for us to see and research and look into it and realize, oh yeah, this is true. There are some stuff we can't research, obviously with I don't know how to say this on YouTube without getting in trouble, but obviously with the baby and her getting the baby going away, obviously that we can't research and look up, even though I still believe her, but I'm just saying, that we can't research and look it up. But him treating her like crap during the years, we can 100% research that and look it up. And I just showed you some of the videos now, and you can Google it, you can research it, you can look into it, find out all the truth. So her book is pretty much the truth. And it's like, he honestly needs to stop. He needs to do damage control, but in a good way. Like I said, talk to her, privately, move on, mend it, do it publicly, and then just stay out of the public eye for a little bit. When the book dies out, then do your comeback. And then I think he honestly would be good, and he'll still be able to do that comeback. But if he was to do that right now, even after what has said in the book about him, and he's not going to say or do anything, then his comeback it'll still be a success, but it won't be a big one like he wants it to be. And I think the only reason why he's sad is because he's not going to be able to use her in 2023 for his comeback anymore, because now the book is out there, and she's said what he truly is like. That's what I honestly believe he's sooking about, because I can guarantee you, if why am I thinking of Brooke? if Britney didn't bring out this book, then he would have 100% took advantage of him trying to bring her up again and sending off something about her just before his comeback, so then he can have a bigger comeback. And I think that's the only reason why he's sooking, because he doesn't get to do that anymore. Like, he knows he's not going to be able to mention her at all anymore, because he's in the wrong, not her. And it's like, I can't believe it, how entitled he still thinks he is. If he knows what her fans are trying to get at, if he doesn't know what we're trying to get at and he fully is blind, then alright, maybe he's not entitled, because he hasn't seen what we're trying to get at. So, and I hope he does see it, and he opens his eyes and he realizes what we're trying to say. Like I said, for me, I'm not saying that he's not allowed to voice his opinion, or even though he did it in the wrong way, and all those videos I just showed you is disgusting, but he still did it, and that's fine. But own up to it, own up to it. It doesn't take a genius to figure out that Britney has not said one word about you in her whole life, and now she's doing it because this is the only chance she gets to do it, because she's been quiet for 13 years because of her conservatorship and wasn't allowed to say anything before that anyway, because her dad was still controlling her, but in a nicer way, which that's another video in itself. But now she's finally able to say her words, and you want to make her stay quiet. Not going to work anymore. She's been quiet for 13 years with the conservatorship, maybe even 2 years or 3 years before that. So that's like, what, 17 years 16 years she's been quiet. Nah, doesn't work that way. Not when you've been able to have your voice, and yes, even though it's in the wrong way, but you still were able to have your voice. You'll still be able to say whatever you wanted to say. 2003, 2006, 2009, 2012, and everything else in between. No, sorry, you don't. You've had that chance already. You don't get that anymore. And like I said, I think he honestly is only a sook because he doesn't get to talk about her anymore. That's the only reason why. That's the only reason why I think he's sooking, because he doesn't get to just bring her up anytime he wants anymore. So he can get people like, oh, yeah, and cheer him on, and so he can get a bigger ego than he already has. So, but it's too much. He needs to shush, let Britney do her book, let it do its course. Apologize to her privately, properly though, and mend it properly, and then that's it. Then both of you can move on, because that's exactly what she's gonna do from her Instagram post. It's exactly what she's gonna do. So, and then you need to do the same thing. But hopefully, sorry for the long video again. I just needed to make this video because it's getting too much, and I need to make this video just so he can see all the proof that we're trying to talk about and what we're trying to tell him and get him to notice. But again, I didn't make this anything up. I didn't make this out of thin air. Everyone can Google it. Everyone can see it. You can see it all. So this isn't theory stuff or me just saying this is what happened, this is what happened. You can Google it all. So yeah, but hopefully you did enjoy this video. there's not going to be any more about this unless, you know, something really bad happens, which I don't think there is, because like I said, I want this channel to be about my collectibles and pops and stuff I collect. Don't want it to be about stuff like this. But you know, but I'll see you guys in the next video, and please stay safe. Peace.